Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Once again, I'm gonna make a very interesting video this time in order to highlight Yuki Tsunoda's ascension from Racing Bulls, which is Red Bull's junior team, to Red Bull, the main F1 team. I've decided to look a little bit into his biography and kind of like mainly his racing career, his ascension from being a little kid into Formula One, and all that went down. So he was born in 11th of May, the year 2000, in the town of Sagamihara in the prefecture of Kanagawa. Pardon me if I mispronounce the names. My Japanese people listening, I apologize if I mispronounced it. But the town is about 50 minutes drive west of Tokyo. And as of 2021, I looked up the population was about 723,000. He started racing competitively at around the age of 9, but he got serious in 2017 when he joined the Japanese F4 series. Now, this is an FIA regulated series in Japan. It features young drivers who are on a come up, and also, I guess, people that want to race as a hobby. So that is what makes this series, I think, interesting. It's not just young people; it's also older folks who just want to have fun and race. The next year, in 2018, he actually won 7 races and the title. While he was racing in the Japanese F4, he also became a member of the Honda training program. He was able to use his position within Honda and their connection with Red Bull to get into the Red Bull's junior team of Europe's Formula 3. That was in 2019. So, but that year he didn't do very well. He finished ninth in the championship, his first time in Europe, essentially. So the following year, he was still promoted to F2, where he actually did much better. He finished third in the championship with 3 wins, and he also won the Rookie of the Year award, and that was for the year 2020. So during that year, he test drove for AlphaTauri, which is the Red Bull's junior team in Formula One. Now they're called Racing Bulls. Last year they were RB. So he did some test drives for them at Imola in Italy, and later on the year he did some laps in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. And at the end of the 2020 F1 season, he was named second driver for the AlphaTauri team. He was to race alongside Pierre Gasly. So during the 2021 season, he replaced Daniel Kvyat in AlphaTauri. He finished 14th in the championship in his rookie year with 32 points, compared to the ninth place finish and 110 points of his teammate Pierre Gasly. Of course, he was a more experienced of the two drivers. So the following year in 2022, unfortunately, Tsunoda didn't improve. He finished 17th in the championship with a meager 12 points. But his teammate Pierre Gasly at the time didn't do much better himself. He finished 14th in the championship with a meager 23 points. 2023 was a year that saw a lot of changes in the Red Bull's junior F1 team. First, Pierre Gasly was gone. He was replaced by Nick De Vries, who himself was replaced by Daniel Ricciardo mid-season. That particular year saw 22 different drivers take the grid, which is pretty rare because we have 10 teams, 2 drivers, for a total of 20. And sometimes in a season, you'll have a driver that gets sick and needs to be replaced for an emergency, and drivers getting permanently replaced during the season is quite rare in Formula One. So 22 different drivers on the grid was quite a lot. And if you look at Tsunoda for himself, he finished 14th that year in the championship, amassing 17 points. Nick De Vries didn't score anything to Ricardo's 6 points during that season. 2024 would also be a year that brought its load of changes for that team. First, it was Ricardo, who was replaced mid-season by Jan Lawson. And it was Tsunoda's best season thus far. He finished the championship in 12th place, amassing 30 points. So now, it's the big test for Tsunoda because Jan Lawson, who was his teammate last year, was promoted to the big Red Bull team in place of Sergio Perez. And now he's been demoted back to Red Bull. They basically swapped drivers between Tsunoda and Lawson. And let's see how he does with the big team. Now, that car, the Red Bull, is notorious for being very hard to drive. And supposedly only Verstappen can drive this car. So there's going to be an adjustment period, I think. It might take him 2 to 3 races to get accustomed to the car. And let's remember, there are always some external conditions like the weather, etc., that come into play for a Grand Prix weekend. But let's see how it goes. I think it was very, very good ascending to, I guess, the greatness of Formula One from somebody that started in Japan and worked his way into the ranks, into basically one of the most successful F1 teams. Now, if I look at some more of his personal side, now some people have been making fun of him because he is short. Now, I just want to say that for every sport, you have the ideal physique. Basketball players usually are taller than everyone else because the rim, the basket, is above you, so you have an advantage for being tall. Soccer or football players have strong legs because they run all the time. F1 drivers tend to be smaller because they have to fit in the car. Their weight also influences the performance of the car. So I would say he kind of has the perfect physique for that sport. And also, I mean, earlier in his career, there was some people, not everyone, some people had problems with his cursing. Some people thought he was a little bit too immature. He was also prone to crashes earlier in his F1 career. And I personally don't have a problem with somebody if they curse. I think it's nice when they have their emotions on their sleeves and we see them genuinely how they feel in a particular moment. I think that makes the sport exciting. Now, he's been benefiting in Italy with some mentorship. I guess they trying to give him some life skills or how to control your emotions, something of that nature. Because nowadays we don't hear about Tsunoda in the same negative sense as we did earlier in his career. He's much more mature, is much more about his business. And I think that's a good thing. And I mean, he's a young man, but he's also 25 years old. At 25, you're a little bit more mature than when you were at 20, I think. So, more power to him for that. So, there you have it. A little overview of Tsunoda's racing career and his debut in Formula One. Thank you very much for staying all this time and listening to this video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. Leave a comment, leave a like, share the video as well, and I'll see you at the next video.